I was watching The Last Kingdom and I want to do a review on the entire thing, or the things that I picked up on watching the film. By the way, when I started watching The Last Kingdom, I had no idea it's going to be like, I just clicked on the film nearly because I was looking for something to watch. And throughout the whole film, I don't know. Let me just start. It was so amazing. Not the film itself. I mean, the film was good, but like that's not okay. So, the first thing I want to talk about from the film, The Last Kingdom, I want to start with colonization. I always talk about colonization. I always like um research on colonization of Africa, and I've always thought of colonization in the sense, not always, but since I actually realized what colonization actually is and how it happened to us, Nigerians and West Africa, the British colonization. And I wanted to like read a broader um, view, a broader history of that colonization. And when I I went to Google and typed in Africa colonization, I realized that this colonization of British and the from British and France and all that was not the first time that the West has colonized Africa. You know how they say history repeats itself and people live in the present and don't give a shit about history, and so history actually repeats itself. It turns out that this colonization, which we are not going to say is recent, it's been like centuries old, was not the first time Africa was being colonized. That was actually history repeating itself. And eastern part of Africa, Egypt, had been colonized thousands of years ago by the Greeks. And anyway, so I was watching The Last Kingdom, and I now realized it opened my eyes a bit in a lot of things. But the first thing that it did was my realization that colonization and the invasion of Africa and murdering of Africans and enslavement of Africans and exploitation of African lands and resources was not entirely about race. The idea, my understanding of it has always been white people looked at themselves and thought they are better than everyone else, and therefore looked at these black people and decided they are not humans. And but in watching The Last Kingdom, I realized that the invasion of um invasion of people and their land in their land, and stealing of what they have and enslaving them and raping their women and whooping them, turns out is something that white people did to themselves before they extended it further to Africa. And by the way, let me first say that in watching The Last Kingdom, I didn't need the confirmation. It's something that I knew before the film, but I love that it happened in the film and it was said out loud by them. Was the okay, in the first season when Utrecht's adopted family, the was it Ragdison's family, before they adopted him when he was a kid in the beginning of the film, when they came to Utrecht's family, invaded, and they fought this war, and his father was killed and all that before he started living with them. So when he was now living with the Ragnarsons, I don't know if I'm saying that, it doesn't matter anyway, and he was, as a kid, was asking the family about their homeland, where they came from, where they originally came from before they invade all these people and now settle in their lands. What was their homeland like? And they said their homeland was, blood, like the land does not it is not a fruitful land, and they did not have anything, which is literally, this is what they said, the land is shit, and which is why they're here. It's something that everybody understands about colonization, but it's something that most people try to deny about colonization, which, of course, if you actually apply a little sense, it will make a lot of sense. People do not leave their home, which is fertile and progressive and civilized, to go and fight wars in a whole other continent, to kill the people there and to settle there to try and civilize them. It's people who don't have things in their land that go looking for lands that are fertile, for people that have things for them to take. So they invade, they kill for them to be able to take what these people have. And that is something that I want to point out, and I was very, very happy that the film made that clear. So it's just the amazement that colonization and enslavement was not something that is very unique to black people, to Africans, inflicted by white people. It was something, it was a culture, it was something that white people were doing to themselves. They do have, as human beings, all these divisions, all these reasons, all these people are. I will use the film to be so that it's the film that I'm talking about, rather than which I don't know. I haven't done any research to see if the film is a portrayal of history, something that was actually real anyway. So yes, they have all these reasons to not see themselves as one. Now we talk about white people like they are one people, but they are they have reasons to be divided amongst themselves. These ones are Danes, and these ones are Englishmen, these ones are Saxons, and all of that. Anyway, so yeah, and Irish people and whatever. But the point is, they were divided. They are different people, and the powerful, the people that have the power, in number by their armies or strong person, whatever, and need things, they go and take it. They said, if you want things, if you want land and silver, you have to take it. You have to go and fight and take it. So they invade, they leave their land that is not giving them things, and they don't have anything, and they move to places that have things that they need, places that food grow, and they kill the people there, because people can't just let you into their home and feed you forever. They can say, oh, you're a guest, welcome, and feed you for a night, and you be on your way the next day. But if you are here to settle for generations, um you can't put them out in their own home. So they have to put up a fight and war. They have to fight, they had to kill these people, and they had to win. And if they don't win, they go back somewhere else and they try again, they come back, because it's not about winning It's not about these people, it's about what they have, right? So colonization wasn't about black and white. It was about taking. It was, and every single time in the film that some people invade some place and kill people and they win, they take the people that survived as slaves. They rape the women and they use their children as slaves. And they call them shitty names and they beat them up. They whoop them. They put them in chains. I don't know. We've always talked about slavery the way, at least I have, as something that happened to black people because of their skin color. So the realization that it's just human beings dividing themselves, fighting amongst themselves, the greediness, the poorness, and then greediness, and all. They have enslaved themselves and they whip themselves and they rape their women, you know. And when they do this, they don't look at themselves as white people, Now that there is white, black, and there is white, we generalize that. I think I've said that before. But yeah, what I'm just saying is that it's just about human divisions. It's just about people dividing themselves using whatever reason, politics, religion, race, tribes. But slavery, it's not it's not unique to black people, and that makes me happy. you know that makes me happy. I feel like I need to say a lot of things and I'm thinking about it. I mean that, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
What is it? Ships. I saw them first from the beach. What ships? Danes.
We were kings here once, boy. Our ancestors took this land, and it has been strengthened with our blood and bone. Now you are the new heir of Bummer, and you will die for it if needed.
Yes, father.
What kind of hell is this? If my brother falls in battle, the boy must fall. Lift up your sword and spare these men of England who fight in your name. Do not forsake us. Do not forsake England. You can forget all about your English life. We like you, boy. You're a son to me now.
One day, it is my hope that all kingdoms will become one, united under one God.
One king.
Yes, the idea of a single kingdom called England has to begin here.
I won't stand by and have everything that's mine taken from me. I'm going back to the beginning.
I am Uhtred of Bebbanban, I shall take what is mine. Bebbanban's mine!